friends like that and climb to the roof. Talk about our future like we had a clue. Never planned on one day I'd be losing you in another life. Huh? Way back there? I would be your girl. We keep all our promises. Baby, I don't know why I just did that. That was actually so crazy. Bitch, are you okay? No. Have I ever been okay? No. But remember, she said in another life, not this motherfucking one, bitch. Okay, so yeah, it looked like somebody want to come in and be like knight in shining armor, but it's really gonna be kind of sad. Let me get back. Okay. What I'm getting is one party thinks that this is a time for celebration. This is gonna be the best moment of their life, and what the other one is like, hell the fuck no. It's gonna be a tragedy. They feel like this is divine timing. They feel like the first time they met you wasn't the right time. Or this is like, they feel like right person, wrong time situation. So they feel like this is the time that they're supposed to be coming back. Like they think it's now. The time is now. They're being guided. What I'm getting from their perspective is like they're being told to come back. Basically guided. Because I'm getting like this is guidance from above. You know what I'm saying? They're talking to God. They're talking to their angels, their ancestors. And to them, they think that they're telling them to go ahead and go back and shoot their shot or some shit like this. But they're not headed for quite the celebration that they thought they were. Because you're nice, but you're not that nice. Like, it gets to a point. Does that make sense? Like, you can only be so nice to people till they start misinterpreting that shit, and then you gotta stop. Because they just gonna continue to misinterpret that shit as long as you keep being nice. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting, like, maybe it's not been, like, no contact, like, disappeared. Like, they ain't been around. Like, maybe y'all stayed friends. Maybe y'all still work together. Maybe y'all still in the same friend group. Maybe y'all still see each other in places or some shit like this. But they're thinking, like, something is a cue. Like, it's now or never. They should have just stuck with never, because I feel like their heart is going to hurt, but also their ego is going to be hurt. Because they're very sure. Very sure that this is the way to go. Very sure that this is the path that they're going to be living, is what I'm getting. Yeah, I'm getting, they've been meditating, okay? They've been manifesting. They've been doing what they're supposed to do. Like, from their perspective, that's how they see it. They've been doing what they're supposed to do in order to obtain a relationship with you. They've been making the necessary changes or some shit like this. They've been reading up on something. It's like they're studying for a test or something. They've been practicing something. But they haven't been consistent. Does that make sense? They've done everything once or twice. They meditated once or twice. They grounded themselves once or twice. Baby, I don't know. They did some protection work on themselves once or twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, they only dabbled in everything once or twice, and now they think they're ready to go. That's what I'm getting. Somebody, they could be going through something like, I don't know. It's giving off, it's leaning towards psychosis. It's leaning towards they did a few things here and there, and now it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, they think that they're a pro. Like, they did something once or twice, and now they're a professional. Now they're deep. Now they're well-versed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they feel. But something is not just a quick process, okay? Something, whatever they're trying to do to impress you, or whatever level they're trying to get on to meet you there, like, it's not easy. It's not quick. Just like magic. Middle finger to my thumb and then I snap it. Just like magic. What is that? Yeah, they're very... Sorry, no. They're very madly, deeply in love. Isn't that a song? Madly, deeply, something. It's like 3 words, I think. I forgot how it goes, though. They feel like they've done everything. Took all the necessary steps to be able to succeed in this approach. I feel like something about there's no success and there's no failure here. It just is what it is. Like, it's just not... There's not anything good nor bad that's supposed to come from this rejection or something like this, but the way that they're going to handle it, because they feel like they're so healed, they're so powerful, they're so enlightened, they're so aware, they're so tapped in tune, because they really believe that they can see everything and they see the success coming out of this and stuff like this, it is going to hurt their ego a little bit and they may react poorly. because there are deep things that they haven't gone over. They haven't done any shadow work. They haven't worked through any of their trauma or their past or anything like this. And they haven't really put forth the effort to change anything. They just do something and then they consider it complete. They sit down and meditate for 5 minutes. They consider everything that needed meditation to be complete. So there's a lot of issues that are going to rise as soon as they get rejected that they didn't even know they still had because they truly believe that they're fixed. I didn't know that was a thing. What? You thought you were fixed? Like perfect? Like done? Like done with the process? We're here forever. The process is never ending. I feel like growth continues to the day you die. Like, how did they think they was really just done? Yes, the way they see it, now it's now or never, and now is the time to express their love and make the decision whether they're going to come forward or stay behind forever. Whether you're going to be the one that got away or whether they're going to swoop you up. You know what I'm saying? Hell the fuck no, ain't no swooping up in this bitch, okay? That's what I'm getting. Man, and what really is kind of like, it's not bothering me, but it keeps like poking at me, is that this person seems like a genuinely kind, happy, head on right, priority straight person. It's just that they haven't done as much work as they like to claim they have, so they're definitely not in the position that they like to say they are. It doesn't make them a bad person, it just makes them not what they say they are. Let's go to the next one. They feel like without you, they truly have nothing. Like they keep trying to find this happiness, or they keep trying to find some type of something. Like they feel happy, but they feel like they're not actually happy without you in their life or something like this. Like they feel okay, but they don't feel complete. Like something is always missing. Something could be significant about the way that she's holding his face or his head. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they were tricked multiple times by people who pretended to be you. And not like they pretended to be you as in your first and last name you. They pretended to have your energy. Okay, and not like maybe not even your specific energy, but like your type of energy. Okay, they feel like they were tricked by fakes, frauds, everybody who was trying to be like you, basically. Yeah, they feel like they made a few mistakes 2 or 3 times. They fell for people who weren't who they said they were or weren't like you. And they spent some time like studying you or observing or some shit like this, and now they feel like they're sure and they want to come in and make these moves. But I'm getting they did way more observing and studying of you than work on themselves to get to the point where they'd be ready and available for some type of emotional connection. So they want you for real. They got genuine feelings, but they're actually not ready. Like they're not on that level. They're not ready for a relationship. Even if they say they are, they're not ready. They're not healed. They haven't, like I said, they say they've done things, but they did things 1 or 2 times and then thought that was all they had to do. Like this is a process that never ends. Like it's something you have to keep doing. You have to maintain. You have to keep up with. They've made the plan, okay? They've studied the plan. They even feel like they've tested the plan and fixed any like kinks or something like this. It almost makes me feel bad to see how genuine this person is, because they just simply, like, it doesn't matter how genuine or how nice or how loving or how real this person is. They haven't done what it takes to get to where they want to go. Like, they could be there with the appropriate amount of work and effort. It's just that to be with you, they have to meet you on a level. They have to be at a certain level. They have to be at a certain point in their healing journey or something like this to be ready and prepared to take on this type of spiritual and emotional connection. And it's just not, they're not there. Point blank, period. They're just not there. Yeah, at that, they've recently went through some type of depression, or they recently just got over something that's been weighing down on them for a long time is what I'm getting. They just now centered themselves in their own joy, in their own happiness. They just recently centered themselves with their emotions. So they haven't even been working on something for too long. You know, I'm getting like, I'm not the same as I was, or I've grown, I've done this, I've changed that, Like they probably have seen some growth. They probably have made some changes, but it's not as much as they are making themselves believe. Especially since they just got out of some emotional entanglement or some shit, or something that was weighing down on them emotionally. Like, it takes time to acknowledge it, overcome it, heal from it, and be good with it. Does that make sense? But it's just not at that point yet. Because who this person is going to be when they do get to that point is much different than who this person currently is. And I'm sure, like, before you healed certain parts of yourself, you were a completely different person. So you know what I'm talking about. It just happens to be that they just haven't made as much progress. I don't know. It makes me feel like, damn, like, why didn't they do something sooner? Or why didn't they, I don't know. Something just feels so right and so wrong about this at the same time. like about this energy, about the emotional connection coming together. Like it feels so right, but it feels so wrong because technically, like spiritually, energetically, and emotionally, and on a, like a healing level, this person is down here and you're up here. Like you've already put in a lot of work. Like this is right here, this difference right here is years of work's difference. This is years of progress to get only right here. This little bit of space right here, years of progress. So with them being right here, it's going to take years to get up here. And by the time they're up here, you're going to be up here. It just feels like a shitty situation. Honestly, it just feels so shitty. Because why do I feel like you might love them too? I don't know. I just feel like you love them too. Like, even if you tried to convince yourself that you don't love somebody, I feel like you do. I feel like the only reason why somebody in this collective was trying to convince themselves that they didn't love this person was because the fact that you could feel their energy on another level. Their energy isn't ready. It wasn't ready then. It's not ready now. But that doesn't take away the love. Does that make sense? I feel like this collective has tried to convince themselves that they don't love this person for the fact that they know that this person is not on their level and is not ready. So, like, why would you force yourself to continue feeling something or experiencing something or going through something when it's simply not ready? It's simply not the time. It's simply not on the same level. It's simply not a match. And whether or not they get to the level that you're currently at now is totally up to them. Are they going to put in the work? Are they going to start doing these things that they only did a few times to get to where they're at today? Are they going to continue that process and hop back on that shit that it takes to elevate, to grow, to change? Are they going to? I don't know. That's totally up to them. But right now, as it stands right now, when they come in, it's not ready. They're not ready. And you know what I'm getting? They're now at the level that you were at when you first met them, like when y'all first met, that's the level you were on, is where they're at right now. When y'all met, you was right here and they was right here. They seen a little something, they said, I gotta get up here. They got up here, now you're up here. Does that make sense? It feels like this is going to discourage them from continuing to grow, honestly. It feels like they're going to feel like they're not good enough to ever get on your level, which is not the case. They're at where you were at when you guys first met years ago. But you kept growing. You kept going. You didn't stop. Sometimes some levels are harder than others, right? Sometimes we spend more time on this level than we expected or intended to. So there's nothing saying that they can't catch up to you. But right now, they're not on your level. And I feel like that's where I'm going to end the message. Okay, bye.